Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dreamers of all ages, welcome to the Disney Countdown Show.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Disney Countdown Show. I am Megan, the magical millennial, and I'm literally and physically here with my co-host, the dapper Danielle.
Hello!
Hi! I don't even have to ask you how you're doing this morning because we woke up at the same time.
We both woke up and we're both like, are you alive? Sound off. Like that's literally what it felt like this morning for us.
Yeah, like, are you awake? Are you up? Okay, here we go.
Oh gosh. And y'all, I am the dapper Danielle. It's so good to be here. Well, we're here actually in my apartment physically.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last episode, we were over in California hanging out over the Disneyland Hotel. Today, we are hanging out over at the Sunshine Tree Terrace, as my apartment is lovingly called. And we're just hanging out over here.
Yeah.
Megan is now going to go check into the second portion of her Disney World stay.
Mm-hmm.
But she was hanging out with me for the night, so it was good.
Yeah, I had a little gap in between my resort stays. So Danielle was so kind to let me stay over at her place.
I was like, I have an air mattress with your name on it. If you want to come over, like, don't be a stranger. It's fine.
Oh, y'all, it was so comfortable. We'll get into it in a second.
Okay.
But I was ready for sleep like no other last night, and I slept in the whole way through the night.
Good.
I didn't wake up one time. It was fantastic. So thank you for letting me stay here. It was wonderful. But yeah, we're hanging out over here in Orlando, which is super exciting. It's definitely a rare occasion. I think this is the first time we've ever been like in a place together in Orlando. No, excuse me. No, we did it in the hotel. That's right. Back in April.
Right.
At Danny's hotel room. But okay, so second time.
Yeah.
So it's a rare occasion. But if y'all are not following us on the socials yet, because we do post quite a bit there, we are at Disney Countdown Show on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, Pod Disney on Twitter /DX. So go give us a follow. And of course, we have our personal socials. I am the magical millennial _ and she is the dapper Danielle. And we're doing, we got some posts coming up pretty soon here because y'all, the holidays are basically here for Magic Kingdom. They're almost here for Disneyland.
Almost.
And I'm still waiting on that food list, by the way. That's the first thing I thought of waking up this morning. It's the funniest thing. I was like, wait a minute. The holidays are next Friday for Disneyland, and we still haven't gotten our food list. This is late, y'all.
It is.
And once this episode airs, I'm pretty sure it's going to be dropped. But as of right now, on a Monday, I'm like, wait a minute. Hello?
Megan wants answers.
Festival holidays.
So that way she can start planning out on her flight back home of what she needs.
What I'm going to use my Sip and Savor tabs on, and yeah, what I'm going to eat on the first day. I have to know.
Right?
Well in advance, not a week out. Come on, Disneyland. Anyway.
Like, Megan, you kind of are the planner in that sense. Of you plan out your food, where I'm just kind of like, oh, what's near me? Let me pull up what the list is. Oh, I guess there's this over here.
Or you're in line and like, oh, that looks cool on the side.
Literally me. I am so bad about remembering what I need, or like making a list and saying, oh, this is what I'm interested in having. Mm-hmm. No, I'm really bad at remembering that in general.
You live in the moment. That's
fine. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And then even Chica was like, Megan, did you have a chance to check in with Kevin?
Chica, I said, maybe I'll get to meet Kevin. I said that last night. Kevin has not appeared or made himself heard for this trip. But it's not too late. We'll be here for the next couple
He's been a little
hours.
quiet here recently, and I'm not complaining about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I was telling Megan when Luke and Paul came and stayed over, Twin Sauce, they crashed in my living room also. And ever since then, he's been kind of quiet. Mm-hmm. Maybe he was just having guys in the place. I don't know. Like, we've talked about this before, is that Kevin maybe just wants guys in the place. I don't know. So he's a bro.
I said I called him a bit of a misogynist one time.
Yes, exactly.
So maybe that's the case.
You never know. Another way to get connected with us is through rating and reviewing our show. Also, you can do that over on Apple. You can do that over on Spotify now, or you can also send us your reviews too, which we do have a couple of fan messages that we can go through. You can either send it to the Instagram page for Disney Countdown Show, or you can also email us at disneycountdownshow@gmail.com. That's the other way to get a hold of us too. And we have this one right here. I love how this is Apple then, right? If we can see the character emojis, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I kind of love it.
Cute. Yeah.
This is from Christopher Pizza, and they have a Piazza. No, it's pizza. It's pizza. Your last name is Pizza. It's spelled Piazza. Is pizza. It just has an unnecessary A in there. Anyway, Christopher says, love the podcast. You two are wonderful and magical ladies. I had to stop and listen for a while. I had to stop listening for a while so I could have something to listen to while running this past Wine and Dine Run Disney Challenge. I saw you, Megan, while on the course, but was so involved in the podcast that I passed you. And it was way too late.
No way.
Please keep the rants of the random tidbits coming. It makes my day and a little more magical and dapper.
Oh my gosh, Christopher, you definitely. Oh, that's so funny. You were like listening and then you passed me.
You're like, oh, there's the chick I'm listening to on the podcast. That's amazing.
What a crazy thing. Oh, that's so awesome. Well, congratulations on the race this weekend, or the races, I should say. That's we'll get into that in just a moment, but that's so cool that is listening while he passes.
There she is. I have to keep running.
You always gotta focus on the goal, focus on the finish line. That's the most important thing. And you're like, okay, I just gotta keep going, and then this will be over. That's what I think.
See, I like to, because Christopher's not the only one that listens to us while they're out on like their runs or their walks, and you know what? I like to think that I'm being healthy and exercising vicariously because I'm helping you.
Yeah.
And we're vocalizing into your ears like, keep going, you're doing great, sweetie. And see, maybe that just counts as my exercise, just being on the runs with you. That's what I'm manifesting.
Yep, your voice is there, so you're there. That makes sense.
Science, it's fine.
All right, we have this next one from Kay Hindmarch. And Kay says, although I already followed you both and love what you guys do, I've only just discovered the podcast a few weeks ago.
Woo!
Obsessed. You are both too cute and love to hear all your discussions. Keep up the good work, gals. Lots of love from a wet and windy UK. Catherine. Hi, Catherine.
Hey.
Hope you get at least a little sunshine over there in the UK. I know winter is coming, and so it's probably going to be a little dreary, but... Well, such is the UK.
Speaking of Luke and Paul and Twin Sauce, they just got off of a cruise from 13 days, but it started over in England, in Britain. And they said they packed only shorts and tank tops because it was a Mediterranean cruise. So they were going down south. But for the first couple of days, they're like, we didn't pack jackets. We had to go buy jackets.
They were being silly. United States boys, like American boys, not knowing what the weather was like in Europe at the time.
Right. Oh goodness! But we do have one more, and this one's from Eden Rav.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Me and last names today, y'all. I am so sorry if I'm butchering these.
Last names are hard.
Well, they are
Eden
hard.
R. Mm-hmm.
Eden R.
Mm-hmm.
But we're happy you're here, Eden. And Eden says, love your content. And also, it was a pleasure to meet you at D23 Day during your part. I got 2 questions for you. Would you like to make a top 10 rank about songs made for the parks?
Yes. Yes,
Rides,
I would.
fireworks, shows, and parades. That's a good one.
100%. That's a good one. We're going to add that to the list.
Yes. Chris, please pin. Thank you. And then number 2, I'm trying to enter Discord chat from the link, but it says it's expired. How can I enter?
Oh, shoot, the Discord. Okay, so this was not working for a hot second. Sorry about that, y'all. The Discord issue has been fixed. For some reason, it kept deactivating our link. But tap the link in our episode notes or our link tree, and you should be able to join for free, or join the free public channel. For full access of everything, though, you do need to join the Patreon, which is also in our episode notes. And yeah, so that will get you episode notes. We got the free one, and then we do have the Patreon, which will get you access to everything.
Right.
Which, speaking of, we do have a Patreon page, and we have some bonus episodes. We got giveaways. We have multiple tiers depending on whatever fits your fancy. And there's a lot. We do virtual hangs every month. A lot of stuff happening over on the Patreon that does include the Discord. And we actually just had our virtual hang from the Disneyland Resort. This was right before we recorded our latest episode.
It was weird.
It
was weird.
No, it was at a moment where we were all trying to meet up. We didn't want to be late, so we hopped on. I was driving to the Disneyland Resort. I was stuck in traffic because sometimes it's awful in the afternoon.
My brother and I got called for our Haunted Mansion virtual queue, so we had to go that before it expired,
like
and then
10
we're
minutes
running
before.
out.
Yeah.
Yes, literally.
And they went on and then ran out to get to the hotel. Danny was also parking, but he managed to get there right around like the time we were supposed to start. So he was there. Danielle came in 20 minutes later.
Like,
and then
I
came
15,
in,
yeah.
Yeah, 15. And then I came in like 35 minutes later or something like that. And we all just kind of converged in with our phones or our computers and
It
stuff.
was hectic.
It was a lot.
Well,
But
I think what we're going to try to do, and I think I said this the month before too, is that we did not really schedule that out the best. Because me and Megan's been traveling like crazy. I've been traveling like crazy. So I feel like maybe the middle of November this time, that way we can really focus on like talking to you guys more and actually schedule it out a little bit better. It'll be a little less chaotic and a little less glitchy because I won't be from my phone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, thank you to all of our Patreons who joined that one, and thank you to all our Patreons who are here and a part of the Disney Countdown Show fam.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate it. We'll play a game next time. Next time, we promise, as with the schedule, it's going to be nice and clean, and we will play a game. We'll do everything that we normally do, and that was also game 4 of the Dodgers versus Yankees. And Danny was itching to get to Splitsville to go watch it.
My goodness.
Understandable. It was a pretty good World Series. Obviously, the Dodgers won in 5, so that was exciting.
I'm telling you, it's still rigged. It's still a conspiracy.
The conspiracy continues.
I
think it's my father totally believes that all the Major League Baseball, football, all that stuff is completely rigged. He totally believes it. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Well, and Leanne even said it was hilarious. I kept watching the backgrounds for people like Disneyland. Where's Waldo?
So like when I was walking through the Disneyland Hotel, you could see the big gate behind me, and I think you could see Downtown Disney a little bit.
I was showing everybody the pumpkins as I was passing them, and I was like, look at the pumpkin. But I was also trying not to like have my microphone on too much. She didn't hear my heavy breathing as I was trying to speed walk. I was like,
It was fun. It was an interesting virtual hang, that one.
It was an interesting one.
Usually they're a little more, we're in our confined spaces and it's a little more quiet.
But be a little more focused.
Yeah, but they're all fun. And we're actually going to be recording a bonus episode here, probably in the parks in the next day or two, which is really exciting. We do have the bonus episodes as parts of your Patreon membership. And there's stuff like birthday videos. Again, we do giveaways every month. We got pins for you at the DC33 level. And it is just a lot of fun. So if you're interested in joining the Patreon, that is actually the only way to access our bonus episodes at this time. We are not on Spotify anymore for subscriptions. So we do have the link in our episode notes if you are interested in getting a glimpse of those. Our little more unfiltered episodes. Woohoo!
A little more organic. That's definitely what they are.
Our 11 through 15s.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
we need to get to your trip first, because Danielle came over to the West Coast first for Halloween.
We did most of our checking in, I feel like, in the last episode.
We did.
But in overall, though, I was able to talk to Dapper Brother. And Clarence, Clarence is so funny. His facial expression. He's very
stoic.
He's very stoic. And I had to keep asking him, like, Are you having a good time?
Do you like it here?
Do you like it here? Are you gonna cry? Do you need food? And I had to keep like checking in with him on stuff like that. And then he's like, no, Danielle, I'm having a fantastic time. I'm like, your face doesn't say that.
That is so funny that you say that, because now that I'm like thinking about it, because we were able to see each other a little bit over the trip, and I'm like, yeah, he doesn't really show like crazy emotion on his face.
Well, and he does. Clarence will be like over the top,
Oh,
like
really?
hilarious. I know
Okay.
it's hard to believe, but Clarence can be over the top hilarious. I feel like he has to have like the perfect combination of food and caffeine in his system to be like
Okay.
at peak level.
Yeah.
And I talked to Clarence when we were in Cars Land, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and we were just hanging out. And Clarence is like, no, I'm having a fantastic time. I'm loving all of this, but I'm also slightly overwhelmed, and I'm trying to conserve my energy. So that's why
He
you
was
don't see a lot.
overstimulated.
He was
Yeah.
so overstimulated by
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And at one point we were in the queue for actually Radiator Springs Racers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Danielle, I'm not ignoring you. I need to put on my noise canceling headphones because it was in the right before you get out to the main thing. And we were
Mhm.
standing there for a second, but there was this giant group that was going all out noise.
Oh no.
And it was echoing in that little like hut thing with the bottle glasses right there.
Yeah.
And
can
it was
get loud.
just so much noise. I was like, do it, brother. It's fine.
Yeah.
And
No, you do what you got to do, especially in those kinds of lines with those kinds of groups. Yes, like the ones that are screaming and yelling and stuff. I completely understand. I wish I brought noise canceling headphones for that reason. Sometimes.
And y'all, like, if you are somebody, I think we have a lot of listeners also that listen to the podcast that maybe are not regular park goers, but they want to do park life, but they are kind of like my brother,
Yeah.
in that they might get like if they are noise sensitive, because Clarence is a musician first off,
Mhm.
and so he's the one that can listen and pick up key and pitch and like
He's very
instruments.
sensitive.
Oh, he's
His
very
ears
sensitive.
are sensitive. Yeah. Mhm.
So that's why he carries around he has the AirPods that have the noise canceling feature in them. And y'all, that was very helpful for Clarence. So if that's
Yeah.
something that maybe you need to do, I highly suggest it, and nobody's going to judge you for it.
No, absolutely not. I've seen a lot of kids and parents with kids that bring earplugs for the parks sometimes, because sometimes it gets too loud, even on when you're in line and the ride's going over you, like that happens at Radiator Springs Racers. It can get pretty loud for the kids. So yeah, you do what you got to do to be comfortable, and that's that's an important thing.
He had a
at theme
great
park.
time. I had a great time.
Yay!
We ate pretty good food
Good.
the entire time. Clarence was after we ran into you, right?
Yes.
And we went and got Rancho.
Yes, we got Rancho Los Locos.
I almost called it Del Taco, and that's not what it is.
Zocalo.
Yeah, their version of Pecos Bills, basically.
Mhm.
And which is pretty good. It is really, really good. And we
It's a little better.
were deciding on like what to eat, and we were like, okay, Megan, like out of these options, what do you suggest? And Megan suggested Rancho, and we were like, Clarence is like, I think we should listen to Megan. We need to let's do what Megan says. And we went over there, had dinner with Megan, and afterwards, and I think it was after you left us, Clarence was like, I'm glad we listened to Megan. She made a good
Aw.
choice.
Sweet. Rancho is one of my favorite quick service spots, and I am still a little peeved at them for getting rid of my tostada salad. That was really rude. I hope they bring it back at some point. But I did get the bowl. They have a burrito bowl there. Their little version of it, and it was really good. I wish it came with like a side of chips or something.
Oh, I was happy with mine, with my little burrito,
Burritos.
and my enchilada sauce on top.
That's a popular one for sure.
It's good.
And I can't wait. Again, about the holiday foods, I can't wait till they bring back the caldo de pollo or the caldo de res, which is my favorite comfort food of the season. So that's why I was like, Rancho's a good spot. We should go there. Yeah. And there was no line. There was
no way.
So that is also a thing you can run into when you go over there, is that the line goes like all the way out the door, like way back on crowded nights. So we got pretty lucky.
Oh,
with our
wow.
timing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went kind of late though, right?
We did.
went
We
at
were
like
around 8:30.
8:30ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was a good timing.
It was before people went for their second dinners.
Yes. What did you eat at TCA? I didn't even ask you. What did you guys
We
get?
went to Lucky Fortune,
Nice.
and Clarence got the giant ramen bowl, and he ate all of it.
Nice. Yeah.
And then I got what did I get? It was the chicken, but I don't think it was I think it was
Chicken
maybe
sandwich?
No, it was the teriyaki chicken.
Oh, my favorite thing.
Because I was like, I just really want just regular white rice, and I had like just chicken sounds great with some really good seasoning. We ate all of it.
Mhm.
I also got the little Thai bubble tea. That was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice little mix. And Claire, like, we were very content and very full for a good amount of time, so we didn't have to get a lot.
Yeah.
We did get the cozy cone. Clarence was not impressed with the cozy cone. And he got the seasonal Halloween one with like the spicy
hot
Cheetos.
Yeah.
And Clarence was like, "It's okay. I'm glad I had a cozy cone," because he's always been fascinated with like the bread sandwich, like the hand sandwich or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm happy to say I tried it. I will not be going back to get it again sooner than later.
Yeah, I get that. It's at least with cozy cone mac and cheese. I don't know. It's okay. In my opinion, it's not the best mac and cheese. I think you do it for the look of it and the fact that it's convenient to eat and then go eat the bread also around it.
Like, if you're craving cafeteria mac and cheese, absolutely go for it. Some of you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's just for the looks. I never ever get the mac and cheese anymore from there. Like,
really?
If I want mac and cheese, I'll get it from Aunt Cass Cafe.
I kind of wish that they did a walking taco in the cone.
Oh, as in like a taco?
Like if they did like a ground beef, like spicy ground beef mixture, maybe some lettuce or cheese in there, and just like do something like that, or even like ground up Fritos on top of it, like what you do with like the bag version. But then put it in the cone. I think that would do so good.
It would do good.
You haven't released your list yet, Disneyland. You can take that one if you want.
Truly, it could be like a seasonal thing. I don't know for the holidays, but also maybe like a springtime thing, food and wine. That would be good. They have the chili con queso, which has the Fritos on top.
The chili ain't the same.
It's not the same. No. But honestly, that's the one I crave more than the mac and cheese.
I mean, yeah.
Sometimes I'll go just get that one. It's great.
See, you could do chili. I don't know, or even like what if it was oh gosh, what would even go good in?
I mean, the pesto cone is coming. I know that's coming.
Oh.
That's got to be coming back because that's the most popular thing ever, and it's the holiday cone for us.
You can put most things in a bread cone, and I would eat it.
Yeah, They did ravioli for Pixar Fest, I think.
No, that's a lot of carbs.
Not ravioli, tortellini.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's still a lot of carbs.
It was so good. With some red sauce.
Well, because it is, that red sauce, that's really what it is. And then it's like you have your little, what is it? Your like dinner roll, and that's what you have it, but it's in the dinner roll.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
It was smart. It was very smart. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, yay! Glad you guys had a good time.
Yes,
y'all did web slingers too, and Clarence loved web slingers.
He did. Megan's least favorite.
I was like very happy to hear that he enjoyed it because again, it's not my favorite.
Well,
it's my mom's favorite, and when I go with her, she has a blast. So that's fun to do with people that
we had this family in front of us, and the boys wanted to ride separate from mom and dad. Was the whole joke.
Oh.
And these boys are little boys that just thought Clarence was kind of cool because Clarence is so big and like so tall and with the beard and everything. And Clarence is like, yeah, man. And then the boys are like, okay, so if you hit these ones over here, the ones that are gold, those have more points. And the ones that are neon, those have more points too. And like, we're like pretty good at this game. Not realizing Clarence is like the Fortnite video game player guy, right?
Yeah, he's like, I'm ready.
Clarence is like, and he's like, okay, yeah, we can do this, man. Let's do this as a team. And like because the little boys were competing against mom and dad on the other side of the car, and mom and dad are like, "Are you okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're great."
Oh, that's so cute.
Me and Clarence, we did pretty good, like pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So we got it up to like I think our car was top 30 of the day so far.
That's good.
And like mostly carried by me and Clarence. Not gonna lie, we did pretty good. I was very impressed with myself. And for Clarence to be in it for his first time, he did very good. That's
also impressive. Mm-hmm.
And the little boys, they're like, oh, we gotta take a picture of this. Look at this, man. Oh. And then they took a picture of the scores and then they showed off to mom and dad, not showing that they maybe got 6,000 out of the like 92,000 that Clarence was getting to rank everybody up into the next score.
Yeah.
You were like, our team beat you.
Oh.
And me and Clarence are just like walking away. We're like, yeah, good job, little man.
Good job, kid. Good job, guys. Oh, that's cute.
And I think that's weirdly why Clarence liked it also, because he was just like, yeah, I did for the other little dudes,
the little younglings. That's so special. Oh,
it was fun. It was good to get in a good car with some good kids.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Well, yeah, web slingers. I don't know. It's a good workout for sure. My biceps will be on fire.
It was
after
the
that one.
first thing we did. And we came into the park late. We slept in a little bit because we had to go back to the hotel and work a little bit the night before.
Yeah.
And walking in, I was like, hey, let's go to Adventures Campus first.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay. And he's like, is this a ride? I'm like, it's the only ride really here right now.
It is.
and he's like, is there not anything else? I'm like, there's more coming. It's on the way. I swear. It's just not here yet. And we went over to Web Slingers first thing. And I was just like, dude, stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch your arms now. And he's like,
do some arm circles.
okay. And then so we're like stretching a little bit. And afterwards he's like, oh, that was a lot.
Yeah. Your arms are on fire afterwards, just like constantly moving.
Constantly going. And I think we quickly learned, like, you don't have to keep doing the Spider-Man pose.
No, you don't.
You can actually do like more of a karate chop.
Oh yeah.
And it worked really good.
Yeah. Just your hands, whatever you want to do, that'll work. I see people that do this sometimes. Like the opposite.
Like you're doggy paddling at the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like no, that would be too weird. I don't know how I like about that. I like my karate chops
People
more.
who can't see this video are just like, what are they doing? What is happening?
Y'all, I'm doing like imagine Danielle, and she's doing like
T-Rex
doggy paddles, pretending to be on web slingers. It looks like a hot mess. That's what it looks like. You're welcome, Patreon family that's watching right now and listening in the live stream. I do this for you.
Another thing you could do on the Patreon, is see us, watch us live,
and watch Danielle make what's going on with the random sound effects.
What is happening?
Oh gosh. Anyway, Megan's here, y'all.
Hey, hi, Ryan.
So tell us more about the run.
Yeah.
And so you didn't do all of them, right? Did you do the 5K?
Didn't do the 5K, which I'm kind of bummed about. And this is for the Dapper Danielle because it was Swedish Chef themed. And I was actually a little bummed, and I missed the chickens. The viral chickens who were going ham on some modern day music. I was like, oh my God, I wish I could have seen that with my own two eyes. But I saw the videos. They were hilarious. Just like
y'all been tagging
crazy
in the videos.
and I'm Pitbull and stuff. It's hilarious. It's great. Like, what a great idea. Disney World races, honestly, just beat out Disneyland's by a mile, many miles, in my opinion. It's hard to beat because everything's
literally and figuratively.
Yeah, exactly. Pun intended. Pun absolutely intended. It's on Disney property over here. Sure, you might run on some of the little highways that are on property, but the parks are fun. They do so many good characters. I stopped. I never stop for characters. I stopped yesterday at the half marathon for Esmeralda and Clopin.
Right.
And for Bowler Hat Guy, because first of all, he didn't have a line. I felt really bad. And I was like, it's Meet the Robinsons. I have to stop for Bowler Hat Guy. So that was really cool. And just lots of characters. They had Duffy on the course for a couple of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Marie was there. So many characters. I try to take a video. I have a little vlog coming with both the races included. And so, yeah, we did the 10K and the half because my friend Jackie and I, we were best friends. She's my matron of honor. But we really got started like being friends because of our love for running and Disney. And so we did the races together back in 2017 before they stopped in Disneyland. That was our last race, was the Avengers one. And then we did Dopey in 2022. That was the one that nearly ended me. Mm-hmm. And
and yet you still came back.
And yet I'm still here. No, it was the marathon was just marathons are tough, y'all. But so we did the Halloween half over in Disneyland, and then we did this one for our coast to coast challenge medal, which is really cool. Which is, you don't have to do the challenge each time. You can just do the half to get that coast to coast medal. But we want all the medals, so we decided to include the 10K.
She got all the bling.
So when you cross the finish line, you get your half marathon medal, and then there's another tent that you go to get your challenge medal. So the one that includes the 10K and the half. It's like it had Mickey and Minnie on it. And then you have the little wristband, which I'm still wearing, by the way, to get your coast to coast medal if you're qualified for that. So that was really cool. It's something we've been talking about for the longest time to try and do, but because they stopped them in 2017 at Disneyland, we couldn't do it for 7 years. So, which is crazy. The time freaking flies, man. To think that was 7 years ago is nuts.
Like you were wearing the pink bauble bar ears yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I remember when those released.
Ago, right?
No, they're older than 2 years.
They're over 3 years ago. I wore those for my 29th birthday.
I was thinking about it. That was one of the last pair of bauble bar ears I was selling at Ever After Jewelry Company before I left. Mm-hmm. And that means that was over 4 years ago now.
Oh, so it was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or not pre-COVID. It was like 2021.
Oh, it was 2021. Oh, okay.
And we're almost at 4 years, Megan.
Oh my God. We are at 4 years. COVID was 4 years ago. Whew. Okay. Yeah, time is a crazy thing happening right now. And it's always a pre or post COVID at this point in life. Like, was that before the pandemic or after?
You know what's weird is to think that there's kids that are now entering kindergarten that weren't even alive during COVID.
That are, yeah. Or they were COVID babies.
I don't want to be here anymore. I'm done. We have to go.
They're walking and talking and learning now when they were born in 2020. That's crazy. That is crazy. So we did Coast to Coast, did it. I felt no knee pain during the race, which was fantastic. And that's definitely new for me. I've been having issues with my knee every single race this year. But I've been working on the recovery more, and I didn't feel any pain, which was awesome. I got to run as much as I could. And then we went into we did Epcot with my friend. I did on Saturday. She really wanted to do Guardians. It was her first time. So
what song did she get?
Conga.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really fun. She loved it. She had trouble figuring out like what's going on.
Where do I look?
Which for your first time on Guardians, I understand it. It's a lot to take in. But she loved it. And then we did Magic Kingdom. We did People Mover. Hall of Presidents for the first time for me, which was cool.
Megan liked Hall of Presidents.
I did.
Y'all.
I did. I almost fell asleep in the lobby, but that was because, for obvious reasons, we woke up at 3 a.m. and ran. So. And
you were like, I'm trying not to die.
Yeah, it was 3 days in a row, y'all, of waking up at 3 a.m. for me and Jackie. So I was very, very tired yesterday. But we did park days yesterday. We went to Hollywood Studios, met up with Luke and Paul from Twin Sauce, which was fun, and did Tower of Terror. Well, Danielle didn't do Tower of Terror. She graciously held our bags.
Yes.
And also really fun at night. You know, I've never done Tower of Terror at night.
Really?
In Hollywood Studios? No.
Well, because I feel like if we do it later on in the evening, your eyes adjust more and you actually can see more.
You totally can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially this, y'all, in the middle of the ride, there's a screen in front of you. You think the ride is over because the ghosts appear in front of you again, but that's just the middle of it. I can't see that during the day. I swear I don't remember it. So at night it was clear as day. I was like, oh, is the ride over? But no. You keep going. So that was really cool. And I kind of want to do it more at night now rather than the day. The line also moved really quickly. It was not 40 minutes. By the way. The Mr.
Smoke, the fake smoke things in the queue were pumping.
Yeah. Oh, everywhere.
You couldn't see nothing.
Every few feet. It was like spooky, but also really nice because it was warm.
It was.
So that was really cool. And then you guys, okay, two things. Danielle and I did the cake bake shop at Boardwalk yesterday for lunch. We had wonderful, wonderful friends that I had just met. Let us go with them to their table because they had a 4-top. There's only 2 of them.
Well, okay, back it up a little bit. Megan checked out of her hotel.
Yeah, so I checked out of the hotel.
And she's like, hey, I'm really thinking about going to cake bake. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to get ready and get out the door and whatever. And I was still cleaning up here and I forgot to move my laundry around. I'm like, I can't have smelly laundry before Megan gets here. And so I'm running around and doing that, head out the door late. And it ended up working out great because Megan takes the Skyliner over. She takes her good sweet time getting over there. And you walk up to the podium and you try to get in.
Yeah. And they're like, no, we're not doing walk-ins. I was like, oh, okay. And so and then 2 lovely gentlemen who were standing there who had a reservation were like, they just started turning people away. I don't know what's going on. Technically, it's still their soft opening. They're not open yet, which I did not realize.
They kind of are open, but okay. But
the grand opening hasn't happened yet. Is that what I'm?
No, I think they technically
happen?
have had their grand opening.
Oh.
But the reservation system is only on Open Table right now. It has not gone live on the My Disney Experience app yet.
Oh, is that what they're saying? That it's not, that's why it's not like
it's
open?
Or why not everybody feels like they can access it just yet.
Yeah.
And they're still working out some kinks. They're still working out some stuff. They started decorating. We learned that they started decorating for Christmas. Like Cake Bake goes hard in their other locations. They're already decorated for Christmas as of this week. And they started putting up some decor, and Disney came and yelled at them.
They're like, no, stop that.
And they're like, you need to stop. So what the owner did, and Gwendolyn, I think is her name, right?
Yes, Gwendolyn.
She went through and she talked with her decorating team, and they added pumpkins.
They put pumpkins on
velvet pumpkins into these Christmas trees, and I mean, it worked out really nice.
It's cute, yeah.
And she's like, "This is my fall decor," and they're just like, "Okay, just don't put any more up." And she's just like, "Oh, you have no idea how much more we have coming. It's gonna be obnoxiously Christmas in here."
Like,
oh yeah.
Gwendolyn has first of all, an incredible baking talent. She's amazing, but she also has a really good interior design talent because she chained all of the crystals on her chandeliers for 2 weeks straight. She has 14 of them in that restaurant.
There's 14. They come from a fancy chandelier manufacturer in Chicago that does a lot of the other really big hotel chandeliers. And
she put them all together for a Cake Bake, which is, when you look at them, you're like, oh my God, seriously? You did that?
Yeah, she was up there on a cherry picker on a ladder, just hand stringing them. She's like, I don't want to have to, all of her people that was training for the shop, they were in training. So she was there, her general manager and them were there. And she's like, I'm just going to do this myself. And so she does most of the decorating herself, and she's going to be coming back to Orlando after she's decorating the other stores right now. And then she's coming back to decorate the one here in Florida for Christmas. And she's like, I'm doing it myself.
It was a really, really nice lunch. The food is excellent.
The garlic aioli.
The garlic aioli is great. Oh my God, the chicken velvet soup. So good. We were able to learn a lot about it and like the restaurant and everything in general, and a little bit more history on Gwendolyn from our waitress, who was so lovely. So it was just a good time. So we got to do that. Very nice. We still have some cake in the fridge.
I still have that bar that I got too.
And the magic bar. Yeah. And then y'all, we did Hoop-de-Doo review for dinner with Twin Sauce. It was myself, Luke, and Paul's first time a Hoop-de-Doo review, and man, did we have a great time. It's so fun. It's such a good show.
I'm so happy they liked it. Like, Luke and Paul were like, can we find the audio online? We want to recreate half of those dances that we saw in the show. And I was like, dudes, good luck. I mean, you can try, but I don't even know if they're like, there's not like a cast album or anything like that.
No. I've never seen anything like it. Maybe some people's YouTube videos that have been put up.
Maybe, but you got to find a really good audio takes of it.
Yeah. Because I mean, when you're there, you just you just kind of want to enjoy it. You know, I filmed a little bit of it, but I didn't get too much because I just wanted to be there and enjoy it and clap along and sing along and stuff. So that was really fun. It's such a good show. Highly recommend. Danielle was able to get us in a last minute reservation.
We were
last minute tickets.
Oh, before I get into that, Adam did ask though about the Cake Bake, asking, does the theme fit well with Boardwalk? Yes.
It's she fancy. So she's like, they will have afternoon tea, by the way. That's coming very shortly. But then that's totally what the aesthetic is. It's like very, it's very afternoon tea. It's very
it's giving the energy that should be over in the Grand Floridian.
Totally.
But it's actually elevating Boardwalk vibes.
I think it fits in perfectly. I think it does. If it's in better than ESPN Zone did, I don't know.
Oh, hugely so.
I like Boardwalk is one of the nicest hotels to stay at. It's the most expensive. Like, so I feel like it definitely is at that level where it's like, oh, this is nice. Like, this is pretty without being too, I don't know, like pish poshy.
I mean, there is some of that, but it's a little more like, it just fits. It really does. And on the very center of her building, there's this like center area where I was like, I did get to meet Gwendolyn, by the way. She just followed me over on Instagram and like, hey girl, hey. And I got to meet her when she was hanging the chandeliers. And I was walking by and she's like, hey, Deborah Danielle. So I got to talk to her a little bit. I was like, did you mean to put this centerpiece in here to make it look like a carousel? And she's like, I mean, I just kind of liked the aesthetic and it just happened to fit really, really well with the boardwalk vibes. And I was like, okay, well, just say you did it purposefully and that it was tying the theme. And she's like, okay.
It all looks great. And I think one of the main issues that when they first opened or when they put out their menu was obviously the prices. That was like one of the big viral things that was happening with Cake Bake. But they listened and they did end up lowering the prices on a lot of their items.
And we'll go back to Hoop-Dee-Doo in a second, but Megan got a drink, an appetizer, a main course item, and a dessert. And
I did get you do get a 10% discount if you're a Disney Visa card holder
or Disney Vacation Club
or DVC. And it was $75.
It was the same price as Be Our Guest.
Like, and when we said I got a starter. I got a full soup with a piece of bread, giant entree, a cocktail, a signature cocktail, not just a beer or wine, and dessert and a cake.
And she still had more left over.
And it was less than $100. That's all I'm saying. Because that's hard to find at good or like higher end Disney World resorts. So there you go. Yeah.
Anyway.
I loved it. I had a great time at both. It was very, very contrasting.
It was. We went from fancy at the boardwalk to having a hoedown of a time over at the Hoop-Dee-Doo.
We did it all yesterday.
We did.
Yeah. It was so fun. And Hoop-Dee-Doo has good barbecue too. That was delicious. I ate it up.
You went to town on those ribs.
I didn't realize how hungry I was. Yeah. And the mac and cheese.
Well, and I feel like even when you were at Cake Bake, you were like, I'm still like recovering from the run side. And then your body was starting to relax and you're like, oh, I'm hungry now.
Yeah. I couldn't finish all of my like fries I couldn't finish all my burger either at Cake Bake because when you run that much and you sleep that little, your body is like, what are you doing? This is not normal. It doesn't feel normal. And so I thought I was going to be hungry, but for some reason at that time, I just wasn't. My stomach was like, yeah, we're done. Bye. No more.
She made up for it though over at Hoop-Dee-Doo. She got her money worth over there.
I was like, give me that cornbread. No, it was so fun. So it's been a great trip so far. I still have a couple more days left and I'm going to be staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge for a bit, which will be fun. But yeah, happy to be here.
Oh, so good. So good. So good.
Yeah.
Well, after all that, I feel like it's time for us to get into some Disney news.
We interrupt our program to bring you this
Disney news.
Did you see the video of the lady that fell asleep on the People Mover?
Okay, I'm looking at this title right now, and no, I did not realize this happened.
Feel like I don't know if we'll be able to pull up the video while this is happening.
See.
But this video went viral enough of this poor lady, right? She was having a hard time at the Disney World, right? She was having a hard time, and her family, let me make sure this is muted, let her go. So like, because the People Mover is constantly going, right? It's going around. They got off the attraction, left her sleeping there.
Oh my God.
And they filmed it as she went off to the loading zone and whipped away.
Oh, wait, so did the cast members let her go?
There she is in the video. Oh. She's having a great old sleep. She's having a great old time. And her family let her sleep for another round.
Oh, they're cracking up.
They're loving it. I think the cast members are kind of like, yeah, we rather them sleep than try to rush off the thing. And then there's her passing by on the track and she's still asleep. And the family's just watching from the platform.
Oh,
she's still out.
Oh, she is. Oh, man.
Oh, gosh. So
that's when she wakes up. I saw her.
You saw her wake up? Yeah. So yes, poor Taylor from New Jersey. She has now gone viral, and she ended up even on Newsweek and a couple other like news type platforms of this video because it has gone pretty viral. And it even says, none of us really got a good night's sleep. The result was this video. And Megan's like, I can feel this after being...
that could have been me. Actually, on the People Mover, when it gets really dark, I definitely close my eyes and was like, woo, kind of drifting. And then in the lobby for Hall of Presidents, that was a close one.
But she woke up for the show itself. So
I did.
Yep, that was
funny.
Interesting.
That's
I love.
pretty funny.
I think, y'all, it is very easy to fall asleep
It
on
is.
People Mover.
It's such a lovely ride. It's my favorite. So
Right?
yeah, it's the napping ride.
Ah, goodness.
Well, in streaming news, Deadpool and Wolverine will come on Disney Plus on November 12th. So if you didn't see it in theaters, or if you're like me and your husband didn't see it in theaters, you didn't bother to go a second time with him because time just got away from you, you all can watch it together.
Not that you were busy with like a wedding or anything like that at the time the movie was releasing.
Yes, that's true.
And being in Hawaii.
Yeah, we traveled. So yeah, you're
We got
absolutely
time.
right. I just didn't have time. I did want to see, because we did actually watch the first two Deadpools before the movie came out, and then we never saw the movie. So I was like, oh shoot, sorry. But you can watch it on Disney Plus on November 12th. So experience all the cameos and the craziness again of that movie. I think it's so entertaining. It's very fun. Obviously, do not watch it with your children. It is
a rated R movie.
This is rated R. It's the first rated R MCU movie. And so keep the kiddos away.
I am kind of sad I did not get to see Deadpool while I was at Avengers Campus, because they weren't, since we came in the middle of the week, they weren't doing any of the Deadpool shows or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's more of like a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't see him running around. We did get to see Captain America, and we got to see Spider-Man and Black Widow. And Clarence was like, okay. He didn't really care anything about the Avengers characters. So I was like, you good?
Like, cool. Okay.
We saw the Spider-Man jump thing, but we didn't get to see any of the other Deadpool characters. And Clarence he knows about them, but he's not like the biggest fan of them.
He's a diehard fan.
He was just, I think he was joking around of like, oh, I've seen that character on Fortnite. And I was like, dude, I can't even with you.
That's right, because Fortnite has them now.
All of them.
Yep. Speaking of this Spider-Man, the leaping Spider-Man, oh my God, he's like flying. But he's going to do that more, apparently. They're going to add more of him just flying over Avengers Campus.
Just like randomly?
Increase the times throughout the day, yeah.
Or doing more of the whole show layovers too, or just more of him just flinging.
Those details I do not know, but it could be that he's just going more up over the campus. I don't know. Maybe they thought they're not utilizing that animatronic enough. But yeah, that's going to be happening more at DCA, which is kind of cool.
I could see that. Like maybe doing a launch and then having his character immediately come out for his meet and greet.
Yeah, so something like
I could
that.
see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe.
Yep, that was a thing that's was, I guess, announced or confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, something else that has been announced and confirmed is over in Magic Kingdom, and you saw this already, Megan.
It's Christmas!
Christmas is here, y'all, or at least here in Disney World, and it's going to be arriving to the rest of the parks. I believe, hold on, let me look at my calendar. I was just thinking about this.
Oh my gosh, you guys, walking down Main Street in Magic Kingdom to the Christmas music gave us such joy. I can't even tell you. We were so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Christmas at Disneyland. We loved it at Magic Kingdom. The tree's fantastic. The decorations are awesome along the sides. It was really special. That was a cool thing to see.
Unfortunately, the rest of the decorations will be going up as Megan is leaving.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll miss him at Hollywood Studios and all that. It's fine.
Hollywood did have its stars already up, and you could see that the wires were up for garlands. But I think actually by the time this episode releases, decorations should be fully up. They will be going up this weekend for like everywhere. Most of the decorations have already been up over at Animal Kingdom, but again, most of the offerings don't start until the 12th. So yeah, actually day before this episode airs.
Yep. What do they play Christmas music at Hollywood Studios when you enter?
We have two things of Christmas music. So there's Christmas music over at Echo Lake has one loop, and then the one over near Tower of Terror has a second music loop.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it's magical and amazing. Love it so much.
Do they play Andy Williams? Okay.
Which
Is
was
it-
Andy Williams.
Oh, he's.
You're
It's
asking the person that
most
doesn't know names.
Wonderful time of the year.
Well,
That's his biggest one.
I feel like, yes, there is a version of that.
Okay. Because they play Andy Williams at our Hollywood Boulevard, and
Oh,
it gives
then
me
yes.
such joy. Yeah.
There's that one. What's the other one that really gives me so much joy? I have
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree gives me joy.
somebody created a playlist specifically of the Echo Lake. They sat there and they did the Shazam version of it and did everything. Echo Lake Christmas.
Leanne in the chat says, "Isn't Jollywood this Saturday?" Yes, indeed it is. Yes, it is. I tried to extend my trip to go to the first night of Jollywood, but it just couldn't happen. So maybe I'll come back in December and do Jollywood.
So yes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Is
Nailed it.
down here. Yes.
I think you must have the same playlist we do.
Oh, but my favorite one is all the other Andy Williams.
Happy
Holidays and holiday seasons great.
Keep ringing. Oh my god!
Happy
I literally,
holidays.
my heart just grew 3 times its size
Right.
thinking about all this.
Girl, if you want to add this, if you are a Spotify listener, again, somebody has added the entire list. It is look up Echo Lake Christmas Loop, and it is the Christmas loop. It's fantastic. And the other one that I really love, oh gosh, the Merriest. Oh, that one's so good.
Merriest.
Danny,
Peggy-
you're gonna
Peggy
love
Lee's
listening to this
Winter
episode.
Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland. Shake Hands with Santa Claus. I love that song too. That one's so good.
A Marshmallow World by Dean Martin. I like that one.
Oh, dig
a
that
great
crazy
playlist.
Santa Claus. This one's so jazz. This is
Jazzy.
exactly why. This is why Hollywood Studios is the place for the holidays. You
I
can
think
fight me, Magic Kingdom people. Be gone. I don't.
There is something about the Main Street Loop and those like the very soft bell like sounds.
It's a
that's really
vibe.
nice. It's a vibe, but
Not to be living there for the entire holiday season.
right. Yeah.
Some people are like, oh no, Magic Kingdom's better. I'm like, you only have Main Street. They don't decorate the rest of the park.
That's true.
So
That's true. And can you only see the snow castle if you go to the party? Or can you see it at other times too? The snowy castle?
the like the projections on the castle,
Yeah.
they do the projections during the day. That they do.
Okay.
But they don't have the snow falling on Main Street regularly unless you're at the
Yeah.
party.
See, that's crazy to me. That's crazy.
If you want snow, you gotta go to Hollywood Studios
or Disneyland.
or Disneyland, where they do it like crazy. Like they just make it fall like snow
All around the park.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yes.
That's interesting. Oh, okay.
Seeing this why I'm bitter. That's why we got a Ratatouille about
I'd be bitter too. Like, give me some snow at some point
Snope.
for us
Snope is
regular
easy.
people. Let's put the Snope together. Come on.
Mhm.
We didn't announce what we're doing in this episode.
We didn't. We do this every time.
Yeah.
Every year.
Oops. Sorry, guys. We got better at it and then we regressed. So y'all, this countdown for this episode, our next 2 episodes, is top 10 Disney princesses.
Woo!
Which is surprising that we haven't done this yet. This is one that people have been like, why haven't you done princesses?
Because this has been a debate, y'all.
I think
Okay.
we've gone back and forth on princesses in episodes, actually just talking about them. And I feel like I kind of know Dapper Danielle's list a little bit. I don't know if you know mine, but
Well, okay, because what do you define as a Disney princess?
here's
Are
the
you
thing.
going?
That's it. I am not going by Disney standards. No,
Okay, so
No.
you're not going based off the official Disney Princess website
absolutely
franchise.
not. No, I fully included
Mm.
princesses that are not technically princesses
Okay.
according to Disney standards.
Okay, so y'all, if you did not know, according to the Disney website, there are technically only 13 princesses in the Disney princess list.
Mhm.
And Anna and Elsa are not in that list. Neither is Tinkerbell now. Tinkerbell has been removed. She was an icon in like 2010 era,
Mhm.
and she was an unofficial Disney princess. And now Raya and Moana have been added.
Mhm.
So
Raya's added.
Raya is added.
Okay,
She's part of the princess court.
Mhm.
And so is Merida, all of them.
Yeah.
But Anna and Elsa are not considered part of Disney Princess franchise. They're part of the Frozen franchise,
Mm.
which is totally separate.
Mhm.
And then Vanellope, even though she's mentioned in the Wreck-It Ralph version of the universe, she is not mentioned in the Disney franchise version of the universe.
Yeah.
So this was one that we were like, okay, do we stick only to the main 13? That really limits our choices.
No.
Do we have other options?
I say add in the Star Wars, Pixar, whatever you want.
Oh, we're gonna add in them too?
Oh yeah. Well, isn't Merida's Pixar?
Well, yeah, but she was Princess Court though. That's why I included her.
Which is crazy because like, okay, but she is technically Pixar, so Disney was like, that's okay. She can be.
I had the opportunity to possibly see, like, so she had her coronation ceremony here at Disney World.
Yeah.
I was working that day, and I am so angry I did not have access to go into Magic Kingdom that day to be able to see it.
That's a pretty cool thing to see. That's pretty special because that's a one-time thing, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think it was a one-time thing. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, or did they do it like a couple times that week? But it was like a once type of thing though, and it was when we got to see the character for Merida's mom. Gorgeous character.
That's cool.
The hair, everything.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Crazy. I mean, you thought Merida had a lot of hair, but see, now I'm like second guessing my life choices. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me add in a couple more, and then I will make sure. Don't look at my answers, Megan, even though you're right there next to me.
I'm not looking. I do see the pad, but I'm not looking.
Okay. Well, then I say you start us off with your ones. Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So my number 10 is going to be Snow White.
Ooh.
Yes, the OG, the first one ever. And I've grown to love Snow White even more in my adulthood because just my sheer appreciation for her and the backstory of Snow White and the movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And yeah, I don't know. I've grown to love her, and I love the ride at Disneyland. I think they did such a good job with Enchanted Wish. Adriana Castellati, which is the original voice of Snow White. She had the whole thing around the history. Y'all, the 20s were a very different time in the United States, in the entertainment industry. So it is very, I don't know. I feel like her story is good, great, but also a little tragic in the way that she was kind of treated around the being Snow White, because she wasn't allowed to do anything else after that because her voice was technically owned by Disney. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I knew about that. I think right, it definitely is.
Needed to keep the magic.
Keeping the magic. And I think, like, talk about a character that they were most protective over. But in the long run, Snow White's voice became so distinct because it wasn't used anywhere else. Where, Anna's voice, you can hear Anna's voice everywhere because it's
Kristen Bell.
It's Kristen Bell.
She's in a lot of things. Yeah, that's true. Idina Menzel, who is obviously the original Elphaba on Wicked. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So even Josh Gad, he was angry that he used his own voice for Olaf because that voice carries around with you. So her voice for Snow White, it stuck with that character and made such an impact. Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. Yeah. But it also kind of like busted the rest of her career though. But yeah.
Oh, Josh Gad. He's such a Disney guy. I feel like he really did try to play up his voice a little bit to be more animated for Olaf. He wanted to change it just slightly so it wouldn't be his exact voice.
It's still him.
I think he tried to be.
If we get recognized in the bathroom just from our voice, just imagine
That's
Josh
true.
Gad.
Oh my gosh. No, I know. I saw him. When we were walking off Big Thunder, I passed him and I was like, Josh, big fan. He was like, thank you, sweetheart. And I was like, you got it. He was sweet.
Thanks, Olaf.
He's a good guy. But Snow White, I absolutely adore. And I just love this shit that she is the original. She's the one that started it all. So I had to put her in my top 10. I do love her. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. All right. What's yours?
Well, based off our decisions, I've actually moved around a couple of people.
Oh, here we go.
And my number 10 is going to be Tinkerbell.
Nice.
Because back in the day when I was a fairy godmother at the Bippity Boppity Boutique, we had Tinkerbell. She was included as part of the Princess franchise. She was on all the signature autograph books. Mm-hmm. She was on all the merchandise with all the other princess girlies. And Tinkerbell, she was one of my most favorite characters to dress up little princesses as. Mm-hmm. And they were so feisty and so sassy. And y'all know my rants about obsessive Tinkerbell fans.
Because there are. That's a whole
They're intense.
community.
That's a different category, though.
Mhm.
We're not counting in the same category. But I love Tinkerbell, and I think I associate her with the 2010 era of the princesses, and that's why.
Yeah.
Even though she's not technically one, she's an
That's
honorary princess from that era.
Yes, and that's totally fine. Love that.
Thank you.
Yay, Tink.
Tink.
I love Tink. I love seeing her in the park. She's fun.
We're gonna need your feedback on our list, y'all. If you agree with some of these or if you disagree with some of these, so make sure you leave a comment or in your review. Send us a message. We want to hear your thoughts.
Yes, that'd be great. All right, my number 9, who actually has been bumped down further and further in my lifetime. It's gonna be Jasmine. If you had asked me when I was like 10 years old who my number 1 princess would be, it'd probably be Jasmine. But there's been obviously more princesses since then. Jasmine, and it's funny because we just on the bus to the half marathon, they were playing Aladdin, and I was just watching it like, oh, Jasmine's so cool. Like, I love her. She kind of like, sees right through Prince Ali a little bit, but he lies to her again, and then she believes him.
I mean, like, how did the feisty princesses, like,
she's feisty.
Jasmine was the first feisty one.
Yeah.
Out of the Renaissance era, really, if you really think about it. Like,
that's true. It's true. She's the one that kind of rebelled a little bit. She didn't want to marry. She didn't want to do that whole thing, and was definitely more headstrong. Which was cool about her. I loved her outfits. I was a big fan of the green outfit and the purple one at the end. Jasmine, she was always a big, she was an icon to me growing up. And I don't know why she's kind of fallen back a little bit, because I like other princesses more in the last couple years, but I still love her, and that's why she made top 10.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Whole New World is also just a classic. So.
Oh, that is a classic.
I think Naomi Scott did a great job playing her in the live action. You counting?
Dang it. I think I messed up my list.
No.
Because I moved Tinkerbell around. I was like, oh, I have plenty. I'm like, no.
Do you have to bump somebody out?
I think I have to bump somebody out.
Oh, shoot.
That's okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
My number 9 is going to be Pocahontas.
Yes.
Because Pocahontas, like, a time, an era. I thought she was so cool as a kid.
Yeah.
She is still really cool.
Yeah.
But I was, out of like all the Renaissance princess movies, I was probably the most fascinated with her at the time. And I was just like, oh, like, I don't know. Yeah, that I'm just gonna leave it at that. She's number 9. I'm obsessed with her. We got to see her singing actress, because she did do the voice, the singer,
Judy Kuhn.
I got to see her on Broadway.
You did?
She was on Broadway playing the wife in Fiddler on the Roof. And so we went to a performance of Fiddler on the Roof. I'm like, oh, her voice sounds really familiar. I wonder why. And then so at the end, they were doing the fundraiser during that time on Broadway. They do this big fundraiser, and they're like, hey, if you donate X amount, she'll sing Colors of the Wind. And I was like, yeah! And so I got to hear her sing Colors of the Wind live in her Fiddler on the Roof outfit. I was just like, this is amazing. I love all of this. So that was great. I just
got chills. That's incredible. Wow. I'm so jealous.
And it was totally by accident. We didn't really know walking into that, but it was great.
That's amazing. Wow. Very, very jealous. Okay. That's low-key iconic. Yeah. I also love Pocahontas. She might be on my list somewhere. Okay, yay. So we're at number 8, yes?
We are on number 8.
All right, so number 8. Another one that would have been top 3 at least when I was a kid is Ariel. Your girl's rebellious. She's a little cray-cray. She's like, yeah, I love this human that I barely ever talked to or spoken to, and I'm going to marry him and all that stuff. And I'm like, girl, slow your roll. You are 16 years old. One of those. You're a child. I'm pretty sure they were poking fun at her specifically when they made Frozen. Or like, you can't marry a man you just met. Like,
100%.
Like, Ariel, relax. But girl knows what she wants, okay? And I love her story. I love that she's a mermaid. I always, of course, as a
Everybody
kid.
loved mermaids.
Obsessed with mermaids. I'm still obsessed with mermaids. And the live action, I think this is what put her at least in the top 10 for me. I really, really loved the live action. Halle did such a great job at being Ariel. I think it was beautiful. And I don't know. Ariel's still a top 10 princess for me. So yeah.
I
That's
will
how much I was like,
pre-warn y'all, Ariel is not on my list.
I had 100%. I was like, Ariel's nowhere on Dapper Danielle's list.
If you've been listening for a long time, you know me and Ariel, we got trauma dating back from the boutique days.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
Good times.
You know, I look at Ariel moms a little bit differently now. It's fine.
Understandable. I get it.
Right. But if you like Ariel, good for you. Happy for you.
Yes.
Take you and your
Agreed.
daddy issues with you. It's fine.
She's got some issues. That she does. Hey.
Well, because like
I can relate, so maybe that's why she's in my top 10, all right?
Okay, listen, airing out the baggage here on the podcast.
Before it becomes a therapy session, let's move on. What's your
Moving
number
on.
8?
Number 8 for me is going to be Moana.
Oh, yay. Love
It's Moana. Our girl. Moana has slowly grown on my list here recently. I think when the original soundtrack came out, I really loved the original soundtrack.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, I was like, okay, maybe we're doing it a little bit over the top with Moana.
Mm-hmm.
Now seeing the ads for the second movie and seeing her grow and get older,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really liking. This is really the first princess that we've seen in the next movies, in the next sequels coming out,
Mm-hmm.
where they have acknowledged that Moana is older now.
She's growing up. Yeah.
She's growing up. All the other
Mhm.
princesses have stayed the same in their sequels.
Yeah. The exact same. Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this is taking place just months later. And we're like, no, this is taking place years later.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's made the second movie, the trailers and everything, it's making me very excited for Moana 2.
Me
So
too.
maybe she'll move up in my list later on. We don't know, but she's sitting there pretty at number 8.
I'm so excited to see the sequel. I do love Moana. She is also somewhere on my list. Don't you worry. And the sequel, they've made it look really good. I've actually, for the people that I saw like the first 30 minutes, they did a little preview or something somewhere.
So
they said it's really good.
Me and Clarence, we got to go Ratatouille in the middle of the countdown that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Me and Clarence also got to have a tour of the Disney Animation Studio.
Oh yeah.
Because I called up our friend that took us to our tour,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, hey, I need to flex that I'm a cool older sister and that I know people. And actually so graciously is like, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We went on the same day that international media was there getting a preview of Moana.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that been posting saying, I saw the first minute or the first X amount of minutes, and they love it.
Yeah.
Which is making me very hopeful.
It's really, really exciting. They've worked so hard on it over at the animation studios.
I tried to sneak into one of the viewings because it was happening right there. And I was like, hey, Ashley, can we go? And she's like, babe, no, I can't take you in there. I was like, dang it.
I think it's going to be great. Really looking forward to it. And yeah, Moana is an amazing princess. She's somewhere on my list. So I like that.
Okay.
She's somewhere.
Okay.
Yay. Okay. Well, my number 7, and this is where we're getting down to like apparently no longer princesses. It's Princess Anna from Frozen. I love her. I love her spirit, and I like her quirkiness and her willingness to basically do anything for her sister. And she basically chooses family over anything else, which I do love that about her. She's very, and also The Next Right Thing is slowly becoming one of my favorite songs on the Frozen 2 album.
Oh, still makes me cry though. I can't listen to it regularly.
It's so beautiful, and Kristen Bell's such a great singer. She does it so well. So I have listened to that song specifically. It was just so funny because I went from like Show Yourself as being my favorite, and now I'm like, oh wait, no, Next Right Thing. Ooh, that hits home. That hits hard, because the message is so great. It's really just like, okay, things are really bad right now, but what can we like?
How do you keep
when
moving
you
forward?
feel paralyzed? What can I do? Yeah, to keep going and just do the next right thing. So
you and the moving forward songs, like you got Meet the Robinsons, and then you got Anna. Like
keep moving forward. Yeah, no, I mean it just rings true to me, and my mottos in life, I guess. But
totally very on brand.
Yeah, very on brand. And so yeah, she's so silly, like in the first movie, again, about marrying a man she just met and like trying to defend herself. I'm like, girl, you're crazy. So yeah, I just love her, and she's I also kind of love that she's the one without powers, weirdly. Like, she's kind of just the normal sister.
Unless something changes here in the next
we'll see, right?
movie. I don't know. I don't think so.
Honestly.
Honestly.
No, I think she'll just be. And I just love her and Kristoff together. I'm a big fan of that couple.
Sorry. I realized I had notes on one side. I was like, this doesn't pertain to anything. I'm just going to move this over.
Okay.
Yeah. Her and Kristoff are kind of a vibe.
I love them. Yeah.
We were talking about this actually, and how Jen, the director of Frozen, she doesn't love stories, and she doesn't love portraying them, and that's why we haven't had a lot of Disney movies with love stories here recently.
Yeah.
And I was looking back, I'm like, I'm shocked we even had Kristoff and Anna's romance, and that's why it's so not mentioned in the first movie, and how it's like very vague and like subtle a little bit.
It is. No, it's very vague. The whole point was between sisters. The whole plot was between sisters.
And that's why, is because she was like, I don't want to show like a traditional romance. And
that's why she turned the man that was supposed to be the love interest into one of the worst villains in Disney history.
Right.
She's like, men suck.
Anyway, so like it's obviously translating in her movies. You know, that's all I'm saying.
It's funny. I actually watched it recently with Evan, my husband, and he's like, "Wait a minute, is that guy bad? I forgot." Like, and I'm like, "Wait, did he really forget?"
I can't spoil it for you, babe. You just gotta go with it. And then
when the time came, he sits back and goes, "Wow." I'm like, "I know." The big reveal that had everyone shocked in the movie.
It did back then, y'all.
We're like, oh, no.
Oh gosh. That was 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is going to be, hold on, I'm making sure I got this right. 3, 4, 5, 7. That puts Jasmine at my number 7.
Woo! Jasmine!
Yes, for the exact same reasons. The sassy princess, icon of the 90s. Yeah, I thought it was like, out of the Disney princesses, out of the princess franchise, she's actually the side character where Aladdin's the main character out of that era, you know, where Belle was the lead, Beast was side character, Ariel was the lead. I'm talking in the Renaissance movies. And then for her to be a secondary character, but be such a strong secondary character.
Yeah.
That she still is like the princess.
She is.
In that movie. I mean, she is the princess, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, she's not the title character.
She's not the title character. And I think I love that about her so much. And I like, I don't know. I think I just really like the princesses that have good relationships with their dads. So like, Belle and her dad, Jasmine and her dad, Tiana and her dad. You might see some other characters pop up later on my list. Just giving you a preview. And I think her and Sultan, I like their little relationship. I think Sultan as dad is hilarious. I think it's great.
He is kind of funny. He's a little bumbling. Yeah.
He's just like, I just what's best for my daughter, but I'm just the Sultan. And I'm like, yeah, you're just the Sultan.
Yeah. It is cute. It is cute. She's, she loves her father, defends him and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It is quite adorable.
It's
really a good point. Cute. Yeah. Yay. Okay. Are we down to our number 6? Last one?
Yes, we're down to our number 6. So y'all, thank you again for listening this far into the episode. We genuinely appreciate it. And this will be one of the last episodes that we're together for a while.
Yes.
Unless something changes. We're already talking December. You never know.
Maybe.
Things are everything is subject to change. Thank you.
Sure. Our schedules are, they'd be crazy. Yeah. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you to our Patreons for being here. We do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be right back with our 1 through 5 next week for Disney Princesses. Woo! And be sure you're following us on the socials at Disney Countdown Show. Please and thank you. All right. So number 6, I have Miss Pocahontas.
I feel like we changed out some of ours.
Yeah, we did. Yes. Pocahontas, man, was I obsessed with this movie when I was a kid, and obsessed with her and all of her. I had so many like dolls, figurines. I had the movie, like everything. I was truly obsessed with Pocahontas. because again, she is so cool, and she knows what she wants. And yeah, the songs from that film are stunning, and a lot of it is due to Judy Kuhn and her voice. So, I mean, Just Around the River Bend, Colors of the Wind. Yeah, and I also loved her tattoo. That was,
everybody
I
thought the
like,
tattoo was so.
Draw that on myself.
I had one of those plastic versions of her necklace.
Yeah. Oh, the necklace! I had that too.
Oh,
yeah.
That was like, y'all. What's toys trending right now that I can think of? I
don't even know.
Those little surprise like box like monster things that keep coming up or whatever. Mm-hmm. That was ours, y'all. Was that necklace, and we wore that around during dress up time, and we thought we were so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that,
Truly.
like you were ready to like stand out in the middle of the yard and wait for the wind to blow, and then mom and dad yell at you, be like, "You doing okay out there?" You're like, "I'm just having a moment. I'm communing with nature." Yeah, it was a time. Maybe just me. Okay.
No, it was totally a time, and I feel like there were some dolls, there were toys that would like change color because of Colors of the Wind.
Right.
Would change to like her beautiful purple and pink like leaves and stuff. Oh, I had so many toys around Pocahontas, and yeah, I loved her. I still love her, and I love her character. And just her personality. She's again another headstrong princess. She isn't like, is she a princess? Not in Disney standards.
She's part of the princess court.
Okay, good.
Yeah. She's still part of the princess court.
Amazing. And so she is a surprise character to see around the park. She does walk around Frontierland over in Disneyland.
She only appears over in Animal Kingdom for us.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, that's also that I love her relationship with animals because I'm a big animal fan myself. Love little Flick and Miko, her sidekicks, and just her relationship with nature. Big fan.
Yeah, no, that was also part of the imagination playtime, is that I would go out and I would talk to the tree.
Like I try
as
to talk
if
to
Grandmother Willow was there.
Willow, please talk back. Tell me what I need to do.
And again, mom and dad are just watching from the back porch, just being like, "Do we need to get her medicated?
Yeah.
Do you think she's okay?
Do we need to see a doctor?"
No, I was fine. I just had a very active imagination.
Yeah, which is great. Okay, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is going to be Princess Vanellope von Schweetz.
Woo! I'm a princess too.
And this was a fun character. Like we were talking about surprises and like how Hans was the bad guy, and then in Wreck-It Ralph, the big surprise was, Vanellope was meant to be in the game the entire time, and that she was the princess character, not King Candy.
Yeah,
and I love that so much. I love Vanellope's sassiness. And then come Wreck-It Ralph 2. I talked a lot about Wreck-It Ralph here in some of the previous episodes of like from music and songs. Her cameo in Wreck-It Ralph 2 when she goes and sees the princesses and she asks them, "Well, how do you find like your purpose in your song?" And they're like, "You have to stare into a body of water." I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. Because then it makes fun of the Princess franchise, but also it makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And then how she stares into a puddle on the ground. Yeah. And she's just like, "Slaughter Race." And I'm just like, I love her so much.
She's so fun. She's so cute, very spunky, and just some good one-liners. She's very funny.
Oh, she's very funny.
I do love Vanellope. That's a good one.
Yeah, so specifically for Wreck-It Ralph 2, and that's why she is definitely in the princess loop.
Yep, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I like that movie.
Did I tell you how I heard her song by accident in a Noodles & Co. by accident?
Really?
Like the Slaughter Race song, the pop version that would be played for radio, not
Julia
her
Michaels.
version.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm just eating my teriyaki noodles, right? And I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden I hear Slaughter Race. I'm like, why is Slaughter Race playing in a Noodles & Co.? I was so confused. I wasn't angry about it, but then I had to stop eating so that way I could hear the song better. It was a moment.
That's hilarious. I would die because I actually seek out that song sometimes to listen to it. I think it's so great.
It's crazy. I love it.
It's fun. It's really fun. Yeah.
In this field of mace. Oh, it's a good time. Go back and listen to it, y'all. Go back and watch it.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Good choices. I love. Good start to this list. Okay. We'll be back next week with our 1 through 5 Disney princesses. And we will be separate, but it's okay. Hopefully we'll be back with another episode together before the year ends. We will see. But thank you guys so much for listening in. We do really appreciate it. And until we see you next time, have a very magical day.
And night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, I got Slaughter Race stuck in my head.
Slaughter Race.
To have your name at the end of our new episodes and to receive a bunch of magical perks, please check out our Patreon via the link in the episode notes.
Or visit patreon.com/Disney Countdown Show. We'll see you there.